Our house has got clapboards on it. Now, these aren't original, but our architect figures that claps is what we had on the house back in 1720. These are cedar, but he thinks that originally they were probably white pine. So these are going to stay, but for all of the new space, he's convinced the homeowners to go back to white pine clapboards. And Charlie found me a place that should get us exactly what we need. This is what we have come for, a eastern white pine clapboard, 1/4 inch thick, 6 inches wide, primed on all 6 sides. And we have come to the land of the pine, Maine, where the state tree is the eastern white pine, and to a farm that has been managed by the Robbins family for 5 generations. Gentlemen, nice to see you.
Hey, Kevin,
Jim,
how are you?
pleasure. Alden, good to see you. Ethan?
Nice to meet you.
So this is the place, huh?
Absolutely.
This
That's
has
where we
been in
grow
a-
white pine right here.
This is where you do it.
Yeah.
And you've been doing it for a while. Your family?
Yes, sir.
How long?
Since 1881.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah, our family bought a mill here in Silsmont, Maine, 1881, and started buying up land and managing it for the forest ever since.
So I suspect a lot has changed over those 5 generations in what you're actually doing, although a lot has probably stayed the same as well.
Yeah, that's for sure. They didn't have power then. We just had to run the mill on water power. And all the trees were cut by hand, with axes and crosscut saws. And today we have modern machinery doing all that, and we generate our own power burning biomass.
How many woods are we talking about? What's the size of you guys' property?
So we're talking about a total of 30,000 acres between local land and township further north of here.
Yeah.
That we manage. And we have 2 sawmills, one in Silsmont, one in East Baldwin, about 180 employees. We have a coatings facility, so pretty vertically integrated all the way from stump to finished product.
To the mill?
To the mill.
Let's go.
Yep.
From the farm, the harvested lumber is trucked to the sawmill, where it's staged and wetted down to soften up the bark. When ready, it's transported to the head of the sawmill to begin the milling process.
So this is a ring debarker, and what we're doing here is we have about 5 tool-tipped arms that are going around held down by pressure, peeling the bark off the log.
Spinning around its circumference there.
That's right. So we're trying to get all the bark off, but not tear into that precious fiber, because that's where all the good wood is on the outside of the logs.
And the bark is dropping down below to a conveyor belt?
That's right. That's a vibrating conveyor, and that's going to be out and get sold for landscaping.
Ah, my bark mulch. That's where it
That's
comes
right.
from.
We use everything that comes out of this.
Will you guys spread it for me too?
We'll have to see about that. This is the heart of the mill, so we call this our primary breakdown, and this is a carriage. So we're actually rolling these logs onto a carriage. The operator is peeling off boards off the outside, looking at the grade every time, turning that log, trying to get the maximum amount of clear wood like we saw here. And then once they get out of that clear wood and more towards the limbs were, then they're going to dump multiples to this system here, which is our secondary breakdown. It processes it into boards faster. And those boards will be used more for like your interior paneling, something there where they don't mind the knots. But for the clapboards, we like to have that clear wood, and that's coming out of the outside of the log here.
So these big, long, thin pieces, that's where our claps are coming from.
That's correct.
And what's going on here?
So we have a bank of high-definition cameras taking the picture of one side of the board. We're flipping that board over, and we're taking the same shot of the back side of the board. That computer in this other room here is mating the images together, and then it's making all the trimming, sorting, and grading decisions all automatically at about 60 lugs a minute. So here we have 80 different sorting bins where we can sort all the lumber coming out of the sawmill by width and grade.
Wow.
In fact, right here, we have 6-inch select, which we can make your product out of into clapboards.
So this is supposed to be the really clear stuff.
So if you can look here,
Oh yeah, not free.
free of defect.
Although still soaking wet.
That's right, so we're gonna have to put it through the dry kiln. So he's piling this up in the dry kiln, Kevin, and we're going to heat this building using the steam from our biomass boiler. And there are heat coils upstairs along with a big bank of fans. So we're gonna increase the air velocity, increase the temperature, and control the humidity in this building for 7 days as we're drying this lumber from 50% down to that 11% number that we're shooting for.
So steam is up top, but it's always separated from this box?
Until the very end, which will actually apply some live steam to condition the lumber to ease the fibers to give it a better finish when we're running it through our molders.
And all that heat and all that steam is made from all your cutoffs, all your chips, all your sawdust.
All of our residuals and logging residuals. So now we're in the planing mill. After we've surfaced the lumber and made it smooth through our molder, our graders give it the final grade inspection.
So what was once rough and green is now, I mean, look at that. Beautifully clear, no knots, square edges, smooth.
And dry.
And dry, right.
So nice and light.
And that's going to be our clapboard.
Yeah, and so in order to make that beveled product, we're actually putting the board into this resaw here on an angle and sending it through a saw and cutting it into 2 pieces.
Oh yeah, look at
to
that.
make 2 pieces of bevel. And now you have a clean, rough sawn surface.
Rough on
to
one,
accept paint.
smooth on the other.
That's correct.
And is this ready to go to our job site?
Well, first we'd like to take it over to the coatings plant and put a coat of primer on all 6 sides first. So I wanted to show you, Kevin, how we prime our products here in the coatings facility. So for example, we have our 8-inch tongue and groove nickel gap select grade pine with 2 coats of primer on it right here in the factory.
So same process for our claps in terms of coating it is going through here with the nickel gap?
Correct.
And then that select wood with your coating, that's a nice durable finish and product for the side of our house?
Exactly.
Awesome.
It'll last a long time.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.